Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Emma's Magical Tales. And as you probably can hear and see, I am, or should I say, I have got a new name. I am now Emma's Magical Tales instead of Emma's Pixie Dust. And I thought, one, I would need a change, and two, I had some technical issues going on, so I needed a change anyway. So I hope you all enjoy my new name. And I still have called this Magical Updates, which I'll show you in a moment. We have a few things to discuss about Disneyland Paris today. I do have one thing that I would actually know. Two things that I'm going to say about Walt Disney World. Unfortunately, I haven't added them to the slide as such, but we can have a discussion in the chats that I can see some people already here. So, hey, Love Pugs, and hey, Jess, nice to see you. Thank you for joining. I also want to ask your opinion about certain things. So if more of you want to talk in the chat when you're watching them, please let me know. Okay, let's go to the news. So I hope everyone can see this. Please let me know in the chat if you can see it, just so I know I can continue, if that's okay. Perfect. Brilliant. Okay, so let me start. So, as you can see, we have Lorcana. I am not very good at talking in French, but I will have a go. So Lorcana has just been released, and it has had a preview showing at Disneyland Paris, and that was on the 23rd of February, and it was in the main Disneyland park. So Lorcana TCG is what they have announced in Disneyland Paris. It's called Les Traits d'Encre. Again, sorry about my French. And it continues the story of the Luminesses and Lumineurs who have been mysteriously transported to the kingdom of Lorcana, which is the first chapter. After accidentally triggering a flood of inks, Rise of the Floodborn, that scattered precious shards of lore across the kingdom, the Illuminators are now tasked with finding these shades of lore and bringing them back to the Hall of Lorcana. However, their quest may be more dangerous than they realise, as a menacing shadow storm has been spotted forming on the outskirts of Lorcana, adding urgency and mystery to the adventure ahead. Now, this all sounds exciting, and from the feedback that we have had so far in the Disney community, it is incredible, and it's definitely the top of all three chapters so far. So if you can go and buy the game, it looks fantastic. I know that I'm going to be needing to play it sometime soon. Moving on to A Million Splashes of Colour. This is a new show that has recently just come out at Disneyland Paris for their new season. Unfortunately, I haven't seen it yet, but there will be time. But there are videos and pictures which look absolutely outstanding. So this isn't news as such, but it's been a little interview that has been done, and I wanted to share some information with you from that interview. So let me go into that. As you can see in the screen, there are a few pictures which are actually from Disneyland Paris, so big thanks to them. They have different interviews with some of the cast members and directors, and this piece of information that I am going to be sharing with you is based around the choreographers that have created the show. And in the bottom right hand corner of your screen, there is some dancers, and this is basically them getting hyped up, prepared for the rehearsal of the fantastic show, and that features the first song, The Future's Starting Right Now. And basically that is their warm-up. That's to get them in the mood, and the energy just gets higher and higher and higher. And they must get absolutely knackered, to be honest, because total of the 4 performances, a cast of 12 dancers accompanies 3 floats, and 18 Disney and Pixar characters occur for each performance. As a reminder, the show's first performance took place on February the 10th. So that's already 15 days ago. I can't believe it's gone so quickly. And we played every day at Disneyland Paris through main streets and up to Town Square, and also in the main Central Plaza up until the 30th of September 2024. So as we know, the year is flying by already. So we need to go and book those trips, even if it's a day trip, just to see this magnificent show. And it's subject to the weather, of course. And recently the weather's not been too good, but I've seen shows still going ahead. So definitely watch out for that. And if you unfortunately can't make it in that time frame, then there are many videos live on YouTube that you can go and see as well. And an original performer in Disneyland Paris, way back a good few years ago, is now the head of design for the shows at Disneyland Paris. And his name is Jackie Rougier. Again, really bad at French. And basically, he's just saying in an interview that we had previously, I could share with you in the comments if you'd like to know, that his journey was fascinated by the costumes that he had to wear throughout performances that he'd done way back when. And that just led him to come and bring life to the costumes furthermore to the present day. So that looks spectacular, especially with all the different staging and props at the parade itself. So yes, struggling with words there. Thank you for sticking by so far. I appreciate it. Okay, so magical decorations have also arrived at Disneyland Paris in the main Disneyland Paris park. This is again to celebrate a new season at Disneyland Paris, and it is decorations of celebrations of sympathy or symphony of color or sympathy. I really can't spell or speak today. And basically it's bringing a whole flash of color to life throughout the park when it's all this grey and dull weather going on. So this really brightens up everyone's attitude, even though can it get any brighter when you're at Disney parks already? I don't think it can, but here you go. And it definitely features so many different characters throughout the parks. And as you can see in the picture showing above is Donald, Tiana, Elsa and Woody. And these are just a few characters all around, like they had in the Gardens of Wonder for the 30th anniversary. There are also different sculptures based around the different characters. And this has been in collaboration with Disneyland Paris and the French artisans, who also have come up with their own skills to make wonderful modeling for these ornaments that you'll be able to see around the park. So definitely go and check them out and message me on Emma's Magical Tales on Instagram and let me know what you think. They look wonderful from the pictures. I'm sure they look even better in person. They really are pretty, aren't they, Jess? It just looks fascinating. Do you know when you'll next be back at the parks, Jess? I hear that might be May sometime. Wink, wink. Okay, this is really exciting news. Some news that has gone, what, a month now? I know it's gone so quickly. However, things are there which are still being celebrated. So, of course, I had to bring up the welcoming back of the Disneyland Hotel. So, from the 2nd and the 4th of February, by the way, I'm bringing this up now because, as you know, I've had a few times off recently from doing news. So I need to bring it all up to speed on this channel. So yes, from the 2nd and the 4th of February, special celebrations were had by so many people at the Disneyland Hotel's grand reopening. Guests, including celebrities and also cast members throughout the different parts of the park, were able to enjoy a generally royal experience. They had finest food suitable for royal palatability, and they also get to be part of royalty by meeting the characters as well. A truly magical time was had by all that we've heard about with cast members so far. And to end the celebrations, there was this spectacular one-off show that's not happened since, and there's no word of it happening again anytime, if ever, soon. This magical end-of-night celebration consisted of a fantastic projection of Disney characters and a massive bow tie on the main Disneyland Hotel entrance. There it is in the picture there. So it was all specifically done individually, brand new ideas, and there were fireworks going off. The fountains were choreographed to go with some brand new original made music just for celebration. And like I said, projection shows as well. So for people who don't know, who've never been to Disneyland Paris is Grand Disneyland Hotel is actually the entrance to the Disneyland Park itself. So members, or should I say guests, weren't able to go through that entrance immediately like they usually do. They had to go through side entrances. And again, there was a very strict pathway to do so because, like I said, there was viewing area for celebrity guests and invited other Disneyland Paris members of the community. And basically, there was still a little bit of viewing area for members who weren't invited to the end. And you can see pictures from that online. Disney Godmother, she's got fantastic views and videos on her account too, so I definitely suggest going to see them. It's one event I wish I'd been there for, but I heard it was very cold. But luckily, we've got fantastic pictures like that. I see that Jess even has answered my question, and she has 2 trips planned before May. That is super exciting. I would love to see what you get up to. And I wonder if there's any time coming up in the next week or so. Maybe I have a trip. Let's move on to the next presentation. So thank you very much to DLRP Report for these pictures. I am very grateful. Basically, we are focusing now on the Walt Disney Studios Park. So in the Walt Disney Studios Park, we know there's a massive change going to be happening. In 2025, it has been announced that Frozen Land is going to be opening at Disneyland Paris. And I can say I'm so excited. That is actually an understatement. It's so exciting. And basically, to make sure that everything goes to plan in the blueprint that they have and all the different pictures that we've seen so far for the ideas, unfortunately, some things in the studios are going to have to change. And that does include, as you can see on the left-hand side, those well-known tall buildings that represent Hollywood. They are going to be coming down, unfortunately. However, no worries, it's going to be replaced with something even more magical. So when you go straight through the entrance of the Studios Park, you'll be there going straight into the lake of Frozen Land. And it's going to be absolutely spectacular. There is no need to have any worry about if these buildings are coming back or not, because I'm going to tell you straight away, they're not. They are gone. But the magic of the Disney Studios will still be there, and even more, especially as Avengers Campus will still be there. Other things that are going to be updated is the Fantasia hat. All the golden statues, as I mentioned previously, have now gone, but they definitely will be coming back. Locations are still to be confirmed, but they 100% are coming back. That has been announced by Disney officially. Other areas that are still going to have a bit of revamp is Toy Story Land and Toontown Square as well. Even though that has literally just had a bit of a refreshment, it's still going to be adapted even more. What's going to happen? No one knows just yet. But the more I find out, I will let you know as well. But I'm so glad I managed to confirm 100% with you all now that the golden statues will be coming back. Let me know in the comments, did you ever see the golden statues? How many golden statues did you see, if you saw any? And were there any characters that you wish were part of the golden statues? Let me know in the comments. Like I said, there's walls propping up everywhere. So I thought about Destiny's Child's Bills, Bills, Bills. But instead, let's say walls, walls, walls. And that is also occurring on the outside of the Walt Disney Studios Park as well. Because Studio 1, which is also the main area that you walk through to get straight into the actual studios, will be closing as of the 25th of April. Now, this is again for the renovations work going on with the major change to Walt Disney Studios Park, but don't worry, there will be different entrances available to go through. These have to be confirmed yet, but we have a feeling they're going to be on the left-hand side as you go in to the studios. So like the entrance that we have when we're exiting from seeing Power of the Night, the Marvel Spectacular show at nighttime. Things need to be confirmed though. And we don't know what will happen with Studio 1 during the renovations, but hopefully something extravagant will happen and there'll be even more grand reopenings like we've had with the Disneyland Hotel. Tower of Terror. They are definitely not going to be touching Tower of Terror 100%, but they are going to add an addition, as you can see, the fantastic, amazing Disney wall art of Tower of Terror, and I think I like it so much that they should sell it as a poster. Let me know what you think. Okay, is there anything else I need to tell you about the walls, not bills, and that definitely is related to the Disney Village. More walls are propping up everywhere, and some will be soon propping up near McDonald's. McDonald's is going to be completely renovated and is going to have a wooden structure. It's kind of like Rosalie, but it's going to be more strips of wood, strip glass, something like that. I'm not very good at describing things. There's not actually any image for me to share at present, but what's going to happen is while that's being built, the original McDonald's is also going to still remain open. So that's a good thing if you like your McDonald's and you just want something quick and something quick after a long night at the parks. So that's a really good thing. However, there are still walls also erected around different parts of the park, and some are the village, should I say, and some is also near the Lego store. Luckily, the Lego store is still open, but because there's not much going on in the village at the moment, Legoland, Lego store even, have decided to celebrate, and they are celebrating something really magnificent, and it's the 10th birthday of Lego store at Disney Village. And basically at the moment they're handing out these little titchy Lego makes of Disney Lego cakes. So that is something that you can go and grab your hands on as well. And you can meet a lovely Lego minifigure. When I say minifigure, I mean tall minifigure. But yes, you can go and meet them. So definitely head over there if you're on the parks at the moment or in the next week or so to go and get this spectacular memento. Let's see what's coming on next. So sweet treats and savory treats are coming. So like Annie Lennox says, sweet treats or sweet dreams are made of these. As you can see, we've got some famous characters here. We have Kevin from Up and Princess Leia, obviously from the Star Wars franchise. And I have added these in because one, we all like Epcot's Food and Wine Festival, but two, also, we know Walt Disney World, including any Disney park, to be fair, do amazing food. And this is to celebrate World History Women's Month, or should I say Women's History Month throughout the world. And in all parks at Walt Disney World, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom, and Epcot, and some even in Disney Springs, are going to have special limited edition drinks and foods for you to try out to celebrate this wonderful month. And as you can see, you've got Leia, as I said, and also Kevin, but there will be other examples such as Tiana and Ariel. So be sure to go and check out those if you're in the parks at the moment or throughout March, because I'm sure they're coming out at the moment for everyone. So that is the news that I have. However, I now want to know your thoughts in the chat, which is very, very exciting. So there's been many discussions going on recently about films that are coming out, what Disney are releasing. Are they going to be good? Are they not going to be good? And there's been a trend recently that people have noticed, and it's both Pixar and Disney. They have been releasing further on stories. I have completely forgotten the word right now, but so for instance, I've got a poster here of Inside Out 2. There is going to be an Inside Out 2. Inside Out was absolutely spectacular. Everyone fell in love with it, and so much so Disney and Pixar were like, great, we're going to make another film out of it. We've also got Frozen 3 coming out, and even discussions of Frozen 4, and 3 hasn't even been released yet. We don't know how it's going to be, but I'm sure everyone will love it. And then you've got original stories like Elio, again, which is a Disney Pixar film. So in my opinion, Elio hasn't actually been advertised that much. It's not been discussed. It's not been talked about in the community, whether it be on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. It's not been talked about much, but yet it's coming out at the end of the year. And Inside 2, again, is coming out at the end of the year. This is actually interesting because it's going to be coming out. Is it Inside Out 2? I think it is. All I know is basically there's going to be a Disney film coming out on Thanksgiving, the same time as Wicked is released part 1. So it's going to be a bit like the Barbiehiner thing that's been going on. And I heard this being discussed by another YouTuber, DSNY Newscast, but it's true. So exactly, I don't think I've heard, well, you've heard of Elio now. You've definitely heard of Elio now. But it makes me wonder, in the chat, please let me know. Do you feel that Disney are going forwards going to always do either remakes or stories of the same wonderful story that they already done? Or do you think they are going to maybe try and do more brand new storylines? And if so, what do you think they'll do? Or what would you like to see them to do? My personal opinion is I don't think Elio is going to actually be such a big deal, mainly because it's not had the bombardment of advertisement around to people. So that's going to be a bit sad. I think it will look good, but I think it's going to be a bit sad. Kind of like Soul and Turning Red, they kind of just, even though some were just released straight to Disney Plus, they weren't really advertised. Not many people knew about it. They're a bit wary. Whereas things like Frozen, everyone knows, everyone loved. So they went to see the second one. Inside Out 2 is the quickest streamed advert of all time for any animation, whether it be DreamWorks, Pixar, Disney, whatever. It's the most streamed trailer ever. So that's one thing in the first few days as well. So I think Inside Out 2 is going to be wonderful. And it is based on the main character now becoming a teenager and introducing new emotions too. So it'll be exciting. I think it's going to do really well. However, I feel that it's a shame that Disney are either doing remakes, particularly remakes, I think. I don't feel the remakes have been great, but also they're not doing any new stories, and that's a shame. I think all the children these days, and Disney adults who are also children deep inside, want to see new stories, want to feel new magic. So let me know in the chat what you think at the moment, and if you would like to see a special storyline being made for a film, what would you like to see? If they were to do a remake, in my opinion, I think it would be cool if they did Oliver and Company. Everyone knows I love Oliver and Company. Maybe not a live action like they did with The Lion King. I wasn't too keen on that myself, but it would be interesting to see what they do. And I think another one that I would like to see is a live action Toy Story. Don't know how that would do that, but we'll soon find out. And Toy Story 5 is coming out. And again, for me, I kind of felt like once Andy left for college, that was it, done. End of Toy Story, complete, rounded up, finished, kaput, done. But now they're doing more Toy Story, and it makes me think, are they now dragging it on because they know they can get money from it, but then are people going to get bored of it? Again, it's very debatable. Okay, so Jess says here, I want more new stories. I absolutely love Turning Red, and it's Maeve's favourite. We had to watch it every day sometimes throughout multiple times as well. Now, Turning Red is one film, to be honest, that I wasn't really keen on wanting to watch at the time. I felt like it was one film that, yeah, people knew about it, might be good, but I'm not fussed. And then I watched it on the way to Florida and I fell in love with it. And I'm so glad that it's now being released in the cinemas. It's going to be so exciting. And I think it's going to do really well in the box office as well. So that's one good thing. So I think that is all the Disney news that I have for today. And I hope that you have enjoyed it. For people who have been watching, whether you're watching live or whether you've been watching after the show's been done. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you want to know any other news and you want me to do some digging around, then let me know. Come over to my Instagram. It is Emma's Magical Tales. I was just about to say my old one, but no, it's Emma's Magical Tales. I'd love to see you there, have a discussion about things. And I will be back. I think it will be in 2 weeks. If not, it might be next week and then a week after, because one of them I'll be at Disney. Ha ha ha. But yes, let me know what you'd like to see. Thank you so much for joining. I really have enjoyed having you here, and I'll see you soon. Take care.